What is the difference between cursor and ref cursor? What is the difference? Cursor is a temporary memory. Okay. And ref cursor is also a temporary memory, but reusable. Reusable. Okay. Means you need to give an example. Okay. Means if my procedure or function, okay, I say if my program has 10 cursors, okay, each cursor is occupying 1 MB space. 1 MB is very huge space, but imagine each cursor is taking 1 MB space. Okay, each cursor is taking 1 MB space. How much memory do I need here? How much memory do I need here? 10 MB. This is a cursor. Okay, same. Okay, if I go with ref cursor, same if I go with ref cursor and I have a 10 cursor, each cursor occupies 1 MB. How much memory do I need for a ref cursor? 1 MB only. What is the use of ref cursor? I told you the example also. See, what is the use of ref cursor? Even if I use 10 cursors, after utilizing memory by one cursor, so again when I open the second cursor, it will vanish the memory and it reuses the memory used by the first cursor only. It will not create the new temporary space. We have created two ref cursors, and do the two ref cursors has the same name or a different name? Hmm? In ref cursor, we use the same name for in a ref cursor for 10 cursors. Name will be same. Okay, but in normal program, if you use a 10 cursor, 10 cursors will have different names. See here, I told you, see, this is opened by the cursor one and I named it as cursor. Okay, what happens in ref cursor? Again, the ref cursor, next cursor will have a same name and it will delete this memory and it will load the data in the same memory only. It will not create a new memory and it will not give a new name. Okay, it will delete the data in a temporary memory and it will load the data in the same temporary memory. It will reuse as I've given you one example. Imagine I was traveling from Delhi to Hyderabad in train. Okay, okay, I was traveling to Delhi to Hyderabad in train. Okay, in Hyderabad, in between, I have Delhi to. I think even we have this example somewhere here. Hmm. See, there is a train from Delhi to Kanyakumari. Okay, Kanyakumari. So one person has booked the seat from Delhi to Hyderabad. Another person has booked the seat from Hyderabad to Chennai. Another person has booked the seat from Chennai to Kolkata. So in earlier days, what was happening? If I book, see, just we'll take it in this direction. Okay, this direction is same example. We'll take in horizontal direction. Okay, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kanyakumari. Okay, got it. One person want to travel from Delhi to Hyderabad. Another person was planning to travel from Hyderabad to Chennai. Another person want to travel from Chennai to Kanyakumari. In earlier days, in earlier days, what was happen if a train is traveling from Delhi to Kanyakumari? If I book seat from Hyderabad to Chennai, before starting of this program and after starting of this ending of this my journey, the seat will not be reserved for other persons. You got it right? You got it what I'm saying. So this seat will not be reserved for other people before and after. See, another person has booked the same seat from Chennai to Kanyakumari. This seat will be empty from Delhi to Chennai. Okay, got it right? This seat is empty from, and after get down in Hyderabad, from Hyderabad to Kanyakumari also this seat empty. This seat is empty. Imagine this one is S1 seat, this one is S2 seat, this one is S3 seat. So instead of that, I can do like this, right? I can book a seat S4. Imagine I am booking a seat S4. I can book a seat like this, right? Same seat, I'm booking for a different persons. Since my journey is ending in Hyderabad. Delhi to Hyderabad, I'm getting down. Another guy is getting in Hyderabad. He will use the same seat. Why I need to book for a new seat again? Hmm? And another person travel from Chennai to Kanyakumari. Since he is get down at Chennai, I'll book a same seat for him from Chennai to Kanyakumari. Okay, you're getting it right. This is for blue one is person one. This one is person two. This one is person three. Imagine the same thing in a programming point of view. We have a begin. I opened cursor one here. Okay, and I ended the cursor one here. Okay, I ended the cursor one here. Then again I opened cursor two here. I ended the cursor three here. Hmm? This cursor name is C2, S2. Okay, and I opened another cursor here and I ended here. And this cursor name is 3. See, if I use it different cursors, different memory will be allocated in my system internally. This is one temporary memory and I'm giving the name as S1. See, my program is starting here, begin, and I'm ending here. Throughout my begin and end, okay, this memory will not be utilized even though here it is empty. Okay, here it is empty seat. This seat is not utilized by some other programs. This S1 will hold the memory till the completion of my execution of my end. You're getting it right? S1 will hold the memory till my execution of end. Similarly, S2 will hold my memory till my execution of end. S3 also will hold the memory till the execution of end. So I cannot, if at all I use a different cursor names, I cannot reuse it. The same memory we cannot reuse it. So what I'm doing, I'm creating S4 cursor as a ref cursor. I'm creating S4 cursor as a ref cursor. I'm opening cursor here, I'm ending here. Same memory, same S4 memory only. Again, I'm reopening here, I'm ending here. Same S4 memory only. Again, I'm opening here and I'm ending here. You're getting it right. What is the difference between cursor and ref cursor? End. So in one memory, here say S1, S2, S3 are seeds in the form of train. But in the form of memory, S1, S2, S3 are cursors. For 1% requirement, we are holding the S2 seed throughout the journey. Might be he might be traveling for just for 1 or 2 hours, but almost 24 hours train journey we are holding for 1 or 2 hours person. Same way here also. Okay, we don't know what is the data exist in the query, but we are holding that memory even after my means I open the cursor here and ended here. After that I don't use the cursor again because I'm done with my work. So but this memory will be hold throughout the program till the execution of end. This memory will not be released. So that's the reason I will go with the ref cursor. Means same S4 only will same memory we are changing the queries. You see, I have given you this also. I don't know in which date we have discussed this cursor and ref cursor, but this is the example that you have to give. We need again, you won't forget, right? What is the difference between ref cursor and cursor? Mm. Then, how do we execute dynamic queries? How do you execute a dynamic queries? How do we execute dynamic queries? What is the command to execute a dynamic queries? Hmm? Hmm? Execute immediate. Have you seen? Check it. So we have seen somewhere long ago. Execute immediate. Say this one. Select. We are dynamically creating the queries. And how do we execute that query? Using execute immediate. Execute immediate for into this one. Okay. And see. Okay. How do you execute? And how do we pass parameter also? How do we pass a parameter? Execute immediate only, and we'll pass a parameter. Okay. For parameter, we'll use a keyword called using. Using is a keyword to pass a parameter. Say, using is a keyword. I'm taking as one. Means when I use using in this P underscore ID, I'm passing one value. This is a dynamic queries. Okay. And another question. They will ask, how do you debug a query? How do we debug PLSQL procedures or packages or whatever it may be? Okay. Procedures or functions or packages or whatever it may be. How do we debug it? No, debugging means how do you see in which part of a query you are facing an error issue, not error issue is different, error is different. Okay, issue means the program is executing correct only, but it is not giving you a right output which you want. Got it right? You want to do 1 plus 1 2, you need an output, but unfortunately your program is giving 1 plus 1 3 output. So you need to debug your package where the logic is missing. You're getting it right? Your logic is not behaving as you are expected. Okay, that we call an issues, not errors. Okay, errors are different, issues are different. Issue means your program is executing. Okay, that's in coding wise not an issue. Means not the coding, syntax wise not an issue, and it is executing properly only, but it is not giving you a right output. Okay, might be today you developed a package on a table, okay, based on a table data, but in future you are not expected, you got some additional different data which you are not expected to come. So but in that scenario your program is behaving weird. So how do we debug that data? Means we use debug using dbms statements. So we'll print dbms statements in wherever we required in a package, right? package or a procedure, wherever we required, we'll keep all DBMS statements, most of the areas, and we'll once we execute the package, we'll check the DBMS statements output, that we call a log. Okay, that we call a log. You might be heard this terminology, a log. In log you will have all DBMS outputs, so we'll check. So yeah, line number 1 it is printing, we have totally 30 lines or 40 lines we are printing using DBMS statements. We'll check, okay, line number 1 is printing properly, 2 is printing properly, yeah, 20 also printing properly, but 21 line number, I was expecting some other output, but in line 21 there is a issue. That means there is a issue between previous DBMS statement and existing DBMS statement. Whatever the code between the two DBMS statements, in that code there is a that code is returning me wrong value, not the correct value. You got it right? I'll give an example also. Imagine I have a begin here, okay, and I have a end here, okay, in which I have here some 10,000 or 1,000 lines of code is there. Okay. I'll use DBMS statement for every 10 lines or 20 lines or wherever I required. Okay. Imagine I used 25 DBMS statements. Okay. What is the use of DBMS statement? Just to print, right? Print some value. Okay. So I used, see here, I use the db1 is means, imagine this is, I'm printing one value here, okay, db, here two value I'm printing, dbms output dot put underscore line I'm saying you, okay, like this, okay, like this I used, and at last I have db25. So I'll get output, right? Where do we get output? At bottom here, at output, dbms output, I'll get an output. So I get an output, not issue. So in that output I'll check it. So while I'm checking it, I came to know till DB 20, everything is correct. Everything was printing properly only. But in DB print, DBMS output print 21, it was not printing properly. It was printing some other value which was not expected by me. You're getting it right? What I'm saying? 20 also printed, but it printed some different value which is not expected by me. Then issue is, how do we identify issue? 20 was correct only, but 21 is wrong. Means there is a issue between the code between these two DBMS statements. Between whatever the DB20 and DB21 means the DBMS output statements 20 and 21, there was a code between these two DBMS statements. So whatever the code between these two DBMS statement, there is a issue in this DBMS in this select statement or in this logic, there is a issue. I need not to check complete logic. I'll check the logic between these two statements only, and I'll correct it, and again I'll recompile it. Okay, and check it. This is how we debug the code. Okay, using, you need to say using logs, or if at all in logs is not empty, we will print the DBMS statements wherever we require, and we'll check whether the values are populating properly or not. So we will identify the correct DBMS statement based on the DBMS statement outputs. We'll identify the correct location where we need to modify the logic. Got it right? This one. Okay. This. Okay. Then they'll ask you difference between function and a procedure. Okay. Differences between function and procedures. Function will have a return. Okay. Okay, function will have a return, and function we can execute in select statement. Okay, function can execute in select statement. Function should have a return. Okay, execute in select and PLSQ. Okay, we can execute in select statement and PLSQ block also. Okay, and function will always return one value only. One value only. Function will always return one value only. What is the procedure? Okay, procedure will not have a return. Will have a out values. Okay, out variables. Okay, can execute only in PLSQL block only. We cannot execute the procedure in select statement, and we can have many out values. Okay, we can have many out values. Have you seen these videos of procedures and functions? Have you completed the this video? Procedures and function. They'll ask what is a package. Package is a collection of similar. Okay, similar or based on business requirement. Okay, we can say. Okay, okay, similar functions and procedures. Okay, and in package only they'll ask one more question. Can we have, okay, package in body without defining in spec? Hmm? Can we have the package body without defining in spec? In package, we have two things, right? Spec and body. Body will have a logic, but spec will not have a logic. We call this one as a private procedure. We have seen one private procedure there. Once, if you see the videos, we have created one private procedure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this we call a private procedure. And in packages only, we have one more concept called global variables. Global variables. What is a variable? Just a data,
Yes.
right? See, in packages, this imagine this is a package, okay, package, and I have a in package I have procedure one, I see I have a procedure one, okay, procedure two, procedure three. Okay, I have a three procedure. Each procedures will have their own variables, right? In each procedure logic, they'll have their own variables, right? But I will define one variable at package level. Okay, not in a procedure level. In specification itself, we will define a package, means one variable, not in procedure. We will define in a package level. That we call as a global variable. If we define the one value in a global variable, that value will be how I can reuse it in anywhere of this all the procedures till the execution of that program. Imagine this procedure one internally calling procedure two. This procedure two is internally calling procedure three, and I don't have a parameters for this. But in procedure one, I will assign some value to the global variable. That global variable I can use it in procedure two or three, anywhere I want. Okay, we can reuse it. That we call as a global variable. global variable. In procedure 1, what I do, I'll assign that value to a global variable. I can reuse it in procedure 2, in procedure 3. This is just a global variable, is nothing but we'll define in a spec level. We'll define in spec level and can reuse it without parameter in anywhere in the other procedures, in packages. Okay, sorry, in other procedures in the same package, not in the different package. Okay, this is a global variable. Okay, in functions or procedures or packages. Okay. Six, we have exceptions. Exceptions. They'll ask us if I have a 10 records. Okay. If we have a 10 records, imagine there is a issue at line 5. Okay. Issue at line 5. Okay. Leaving line 5, I need to process remaining all records. How do we do it? We use it. You will handle using the exceptions. Got it? We'll handle using exceptions. And another question in exceptions, what if right when other set first? Compile error. Okay. Okay, it will throw in compile error. Yeah, when other should be at last. Okay, this will be in exceptions. And okay, we missed one concept called, but it's important for interview, that is pragma transactions. Okay, okay, autonomous transactions. Okay, imagine just theoretically plus first you understand what is the pragma transaction. Imagine I have a procedure. Okay, imagine I have a procedure. In procedure 1, I'm updating one table. Okay, I have updated one table, but I did not committed it. Okay, you're getting it right. I started execution of this procedure and I have updated a table and I'm ending here. But in ending, here I'm committing it before ending. But in between, what happened? I called another procedure. I can call another procedure, right? Procedure in another in main procedure. I'm calling another procedure 2. Imagine I'm calling this procedure. Okay, this procedure 2. This procedure 2, it has a logic again, right? It has a logic. See, here I have updated. Okay, imagine I have updated salary to 1000. I don't know what is the previous value, but I have updated to 1000. In procedure 2, I'm increasing the salary by 10%. Okay, initial salary, imagine initial salary is 500. Okay, in procedure 2, I'm updating it to more to 10%. Which value it will update? Whether it will update the 500 or 1000, but it should update the 1000. You're getting it right? Here there is an issue, but it is picking the database value, not the updated value. You're getting it right in this scenario. Or what I'm doing is I have done some wrong calculations. I have done the rollback here. Okay. When I did the rollback, this 10,000 again going back to 500 here. You're getting it right. What this program is thinking, it is updated to 10,000. But internally this procedure is rollbacking it to 500 and I'm committing it. So what is the issue here is this is the issue in a sense. So how do we handle this thing? Using Pragma autonomous transaction. When I do the Pragma autonomous transaction, this too, whenever I call the procedure to, this transaction is what happens is this transaction is different and this transaction is different. Okay, this will update 10,000 only, and it will roll back the code which is there inside this procedure 2 only. It will not, this whatever the logic impact in the procedure 2 will not impact the main procedure. You're getting it right? Okay, this in this scenarios we'll go for a pragma autonomous transactions. Okay, this is one. Okay, just keep it in mind the example how it works. We'll this very small example. Just I'll create one procedure. Okay, and I don't create this main procedure. Just I'll call this one in a declare begin end only. Okay, even declare begin end is also a procedure. Okay, but we will call procedure 2 in declare begin end. Declare begin end is our main procedure, and we'll do some operations and we'll call this one and we'll check what is happening. Okay, this is the theoretical concept how it works. And another main important question is they will ask us what is mutating error? What is mutating error? Mutating error when it comes, right? See, when I try to update this table, it is updating. Okay, correct only, right? When when this one is updating and before committing itself, again I'm trying to update the same value, some different values in this table. Okay, I'm selecting the values from a table and trying to update the values from a same table. So in this case, what happens is the table will be in a lock state. It will not allow us to update. Okay, when I'm trying to select and update it and again trying to select the same value. So no, don't consider this example. See, now we'll see the here. Okay, I started a procedure. Okay, I started a procedure and I selected a table. Okay, using cursor or whatever it may be, I started selecting a table data and I started updating it. Okay, using cursor, I have selected. See, this mutating error raises in cursors only because cursor will hold the data, right? Normal select statement will not hold the data. Okay, and I started updating it. And after updating, again I started selecting the data without committing it. Again, I started doing the selecting from the same table, not the different table. I'm starting again selecting data from a table, same table. Which data I will get it here? Not the updated data, I won't get it. But when I try to update here again, it will throw me an error saying that this table is locked by previous update. You're getting it right? In the same program, program is not ended. Program is ending here. But in the same table, I'm trying to update the same information multiple times by selecting different selects. In this scenario, this first select statement will block means will lock the data and it will not allow us to select and re-update again. So in this scenario, we'll go with we'll face an error called mutating error. So in this scenario, how do we handle the mutating error using Pragma? Pragma is the only way to handle the mutating errors. You're getting it right? Okay. How do we handle the mutating error? Using Pragma only. Okay. Using Pragmas, we can update it. You need to see some logics, like imagine what is user defined exceptions. Okay, user defined exceptions. We have seen. I had created one variable called exception, and in my packages I have done raise that exception name wherever I see the error. We have seen this example, if you remember. Yeah. Well, first we define a one variable called exception. Imagine v1 is a variable and exception. We have created it, and wherever I required, I'll go with the raise v1. Okay. In exception, I'll go with v1. Then I'll give my own message here that will print. Getting it right? Own message in here that will print in a message. Okay, this we call a raise exception. Okay, user defined exceptions. Okay, what is SQL ERRM? Okay, to print the SQL error messages. Getting it right? 11th question. We have seen packages, procedures, functions, exceptions, pragmata transactions, mutating errors, user defined exceptions, and bulk, main important collections, bulk concept. Okay, yesterday only we have discussed the collections. Please look into it. Okay, why we use limit? Why we use limit in bulk concept? Why we use limit? I said you why we use limit, not the arrays. In bulk, we have seen here bulk. See here we have gone with bulk collect, right? Hmm? See here I said why we use limit. Hmm? Because I have created a table type. This table type can hold only 32 KB of memory data only. If my bulk collect is returning me more than 32 KB of data, this program will go into deadlock situation and this will never complete its execution. If you remember, I told you this one here, I wrote it right. Why we use limit? Why we use limit? If you doesn't use limit, if your cursor query, whatever the cursor query is rare, right? If it is more than 32 KB, if it returns less than 32 KB of data, then no issues. Program will complete in very smooth manner. But whenever you see the data size is more than 32 KB of memory, then you will face an issue. In that scenarios, to handle that memory issues we'll go with limit. Okay, and we'll go with maximum, based on your requirement we'll go with 50, 100 or 10,000 or 20,000 or 1 lakh based on your data, right? If your data doesn't exist 32 KB, you can even go with the 1 lakh also, not an issue. Okay, you're getting it right, why we use limit. And even just go with nested table. Okay, VRS. Okay, and we have the associative arrays or index by tables, or we can go with the associative arrays. Okay, associative arrays. Okay, in which nested table and VRS we can say create as a data type and we can save it. Even we can create tables also, but associative arrays are just a just that's a session, not even session. Okay, that's a program specific arrays. Just will define in the program, and associative arrays will have an index by. Okay, index by while creating a table type. Okay, okay, but see, in these collections, they will ask you if at all you will rate it yourself more than 8. Okay, if you say you can rate it more than 8, they will go with the collections. Okay, if they rate you around, if you rate yourself with 7, just go with bulk and say them nested. I think once you go with the bulk, right? Nested tables, VRS and associative arrays are same only, right, Gayatri? You can go with, but internal execution changes, but the coding wise there is no change. Okay, okay, collections we have seen. Okay, now what are the other leftover concepts is why we use SQL percentage row count. Okay, and to display number of records updated. Okay, in table. Okay, entry question. In procedures itself, we have a one more concept called, can we have same procedure name in package? Okay, answer is yes. We can have a same procedure name in a package. Okay, but variable should be the input variables or output variable should vary. But input variables should change. Input or output variables should change. Input or output variable should change. Okay, or data type should change. Okay, then we can go with same data. This concept is called function overloading or procedure overloading. This concept is called function overloading or procedure overloading. This logic means this concept is just a naming convention. It's not at all a logic. We'll see, but it is important for an interview. Okay, we'll see all this. This these all are mostly asked the interview questions. Okay.